Here we go.
Welcome to week 6, and thank you for everyone for traveling up here to this unique experience we're going to have in Motion Meals headquarters up in Fairview, New Jersey. Last week we had a pretty difficult challenge. We had a lot of the blue team members that were exiting. It was very emotional, and right now the team beats the red team, being led by Andrew Hayes. Congratulations on all the success and good luck in this week's challenge. In this week, just as in all challenges, we will have both a nutritional base as well as a physical based challenge that you guys will be participating in today. The eliminations today, the first elimination will be very simple. It'll be based the same as last week's, where the team or teams with the 2 lowest members of percent body weight lost will have a choice to eliminate a team member. The second set of team members will be based off of today's challenge. So before continuing, I would like to thank Ben and Carlo. Thank you very much. Ben is one of the owners, and Carlo is the owner and head chef of In Motion Meals. They do a lot of work in both making sure that we have healthy and nutritious meals. They've spent a lot of time and energy making sure that we have an excellent program to support you on your nutritional quest. So with that, let's go and find out what's going to happen in today's challenge by first revealing the standings of where we are today. For the standings, of the remaining 16 competitors, in first place we have Andrew Hayes, having lost 11.4% of his total body fat. Wow. Congratulations. In second place is now a blue team member, Stuart Fine. Hey. With 8.3% of his total body weight lost. In third place, slipping down 1 spot, is Greg Avina with 7.7% body fat lost. Now on the other side, and what's going to be determining who and which teams will be eliminated. In 14th place is Harley Riccardi of the red team with 1.4% lost. In 15th place, qualifying the red team, will be Andrew Greenspan at minus 1.3%. Now he's not eliminated, he just qualifies the red team that you will need to eliminate a team member by next week. In 16th place, qualifying the blue team for elimination is Salim with minus 0.1% loss. So the nice thing is, even though we are going to have to see some members say goodbye, everyone is continuing to lose weight, some more than others, and that's definitely attributed to those that are training more and sticking to the nutrition guides and programs a little bit more strictly. We always have surprises. And even though we are going to say goodbye to some team members, I'd like to actually welcome a team member back. What? Yes. As we know, with martial arts as well as fitness, non-quitting spirit and discipline are extremely important. And what we were doing is we were evaluating the team members, even though that they had exited, but they were still part of the 60-day challenge. So the person we're going to be welcoming back to fight for the future is going to be Mary Yick's husband, Michael Yick. So he's not able to join us with us today because he's actually out training right now. But in the next 2 weeks, he will be joining us and seeing if he will be fighting for the Fight for a Future grand prize. Now, speaking of prizes, I know we've basically said and promised there'll be good prizes, but we haven't named too many of the prizes. Last week, we said one of our sponsors of Tie Gear had donated not only the shirts to the winning team members at that point, but will also be attributing a new pair of Extreme Fight gloves, which is valued over at $120. But the prize that will be donated from In Motion Meals is going to be over $900 worth of free meals to the winner. Now that's not only to congratulate them, but also continue their nutritional journey. Because as we've all said, it's not about winning the contest, it's not about losing weight, it's about living healthy and continuing that nutritional journey. And that's not all. At the end of the challenge, the winner will also work with head chef Carlo and Ben on marketing and designing their very own product for In Motion Meals that will be named after them.
Whoa!
So without further ado, we're going to go in the other room and find out what today's challenge is.
What in the world?
Unhealthy.
I'm hungry.
He's so hungry.
Looks good. I'll walk before I
We're now in the kitchens of the In Motion Meal headquarters, and what we're going to do for the first part of the nutrition challenge is we're going to have Carlo go ahead and actually show us what a chicken marsala in a typical restaurant is going to, how it's prepared. You guys are going to be able to taste it, see how nice and rich and delicious it tastes, and you're going to see how much fat and bad food go into it. Then he's also going to compare it to the types of In Motion Meal type food, same exact food, but a different type of recipe. You can see how it tastes just as good, but be totally nutritious. And that's the important thing, is understanding. So he's going to impart a lot of great knowledge onto you today, and then we're going to give you a chance to be able to put your own skills to test. As you can see behind me, we have an array of foods. Now, we're not going to just have you repeat a chicken marsala recipe. Wouldn't be that easy. What we're going to do is, after he's going to instruct you, we're going to break into two different teams. And as you break into those two different teams of red team versus blue team, you're both going to be given a half hour to develop an idea, to go ahead and actually cook the food and then serve it. That serving will be presented to both myself, Carlo, and Ben, and then through the three of us, we will determine, based on preset categories, on how we're going to evaluate the food, and that will determine who the winner of this week's challenge will be. So without further ado, I'll hand it over to Carlo, and we'll see how chicken marsala is made and how it's made better.
I hope that you'll be able to reflect upon what you've learned here today and really take it to another level in your own kitchen. Make sure that what you've learned, you will take with you forever and continue on to good health and wellness. So let's start making chicken marsala. These are regular store-bought chicken breasts. You can get these in any supermarket. Proper way to fillet is put your hand on the breast, take your knife and just slice down the middle of the breast, flip it open, you want to pound it. Create a nice butterfly approach. Now, as we said, we're going to create two versions today. One is going to be a fattier version, the one you would typically get in a restaurant, and one is going to be a healthy version, the one that's sold here at In Motion Meals. We're going to take some flour, first and foremost, and we're going to coat our chicken breasts, because that's what they would typically do in a restaurant before they put it in a saute pan with hot, steamy oil, probably not extra virgin, or butter. Take one breast. I'm going to coat it with white flour. I'm going to set it aside. I have some sanitizer here, water and a chlorine combination. We want to help stop the spread of foodborne illness. So you wipe down all of your utensils, cutting boards, knives, etc. to ensure nobody gets sick. Here's our shallots, here's our mushrooms. I'm going to finely chop shallots. Okay, shallots, mushrooms, two staples of chicken marsala. We're going to come right back and show you how we cook it.
Ever get tired of that same old microwavable meal that has no nutrition value and tastes like cardboard covered in sauteed sodium? Try In Motion Meals. With flash frozen delivered to your door service, there's no comparison to the convenience. And with a great selection of unparalleled, nutritious, and delicious foods, In Motion Meals knocks out the competition.
You'll be amazed how good nutrition tastes.
The preceding video is a dramatization. The nutrition is real, the scenarios were not. If we can make a microwave that can plate meals, we'd be making microwaves instead of nutritious and delicious meals.
Come on over to the stove. We're going to show you exactly how we make a very unhealthy chicken marsala. Tastes pretty damn good though, I must admit. We're going to coat it with extra virgin olive oil. Typically that's what we use here for all of our dishes anyway. But I can't promise you that that's what you would typically get in any other kind of restaurant that you would order it from. As a matter of fact, I can promise you, you probably don't. You can see that we've probably put in there about 4 to 6 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil already. We're going to heat that up and get it good and hot. And then place our chicken breast in there. Again, heating the pan up really creates the extra virgin, allows the extra virgin olive oil, which is typically a very good fat, to become just as bad a fat as anything else. Once you get the olive oil up past 150 degrees, it becomes a bad fat and no longer one that's health friendly. I think we're pretty good. There you go. See a little sizzle there. You want that to brown on one side and then you will flip it over. Again, you hear all that sizzling, that's all great stuff. It's going to make it really tasty, I promise you. However, not conducive to good health. All that really is all that great extra virgin olive oil that we started with, turning into a very bad fat for you. You get a light brown texture on one side, flip it to the other side. We're going to add our shallots. That's about a tablespoon or so. We just chopped those up before. And add those in. Get those light brown. Grab a bottle of Marsala wine. And as the shallots brown, do that. Don't try that at home. Once you've added the Madeira wine, the Marsala wine, I'm sorry. We're going to create what they call a cheat stock. Typically at home you would find canned beef stock or chicken stock. We use a base here at Emotion Meals, and we use about 1/8 of a teaspoon of beef stock. We'll allow that to melt and dissolve and pour it into our chicken marsala. Salt and pepper, can't do much without it. We're going to chop up some fresh basil. Fantastic. You utilize tons of them without adding extra calories and definitely enhancing flavor. I'm going to add that. Probably wonder what makes the chicken marsala sauce nice and thick. If you've had chicken marsala anywhere, you notice it's a very, very thick texture. That's all the butter that they throw in there. And we're going to show you how they do that in about 1 second. Dip this butter into this flour. The flour will also help thicken up the sauce. So the combination of butter and flour allow the chicken marsala sauce to take on the texture that it does when it hits your plate. Okay? Watch what happens to this sauce once you add the butter. The sauce is getting considerably thicker. We're actually going to remove the chicken breast. We're going to leave it cook. You would use a cooking thermometer at home and bring that up to 160 degrees for those of you who don't have enough experience. You want to make sure that all your meat is cooked to 160, poultry anyway, up to 160 to ensure that the risk of foodborne illness is reduced, if not eliminated completely. See how nice and creamy that sauce has gone? And we're done. See what that looks like. Looks great, I'm sure it tastes great, but not really conducive to good health and wellness. So do you guys want to try this chicken marsala?
Yeah, oh yeah. This is how bad food tastes. There you go. Yeah. That's the best chicken marsala I've ever had.
So you all have a taste of the bad stuff. We're going to show you how to make the good stuff. We're going to turn on a grill, foreign to a lot of people, but your best friend if you're into health and wellness. We have our chicken breast already prepared. We have our shallots already prepared, the mushrooms already prepared, just like we did in our regular restaurant type chicken marsala. Let me show you the difference. I'm going to grab the chicken breast, spray your grill. Those of you at home, if you don't have a grill this size, and I don't expect you to, you can always use a George Foreman grill or your broiler. Non-fat spray, olive oil variety is probably your best bet. Throw that chicken breast on, come seat in about 4 or 5 minutes, and then flip it off to the other side. While you're doing that, I'm going to come back over to your stove, turn the gas on, put your nonstick pan on it. Set the flame to low. And measure out about a tablespoon of olive oil. That's about a tablespoon of olive oil. Same amount of shallots and mushrooms as before. Spread that out all over the plate. Add your shallots. If you remember before, we used the olive oil, brought it up to a high temperature, then added the chicken breast. Adding out our chicken breast to the hot steamy oil. We're grilling the chicken breast, and we're going to saute at a very light temperature our shallots, and then add our mushrooms. As you can see, your shallots are now lightly browned. You're going to add your mushrooms, and at the same time, add the same amount of beef broth that we added to our other chicken marsala, about a half a cup or so. We're going to add the same amount of salt and pepper to it, which is a pinch and a pinch, and chop up some of that nice fresh basil. In essence, what we're doing is creating a similar type sauce and placing it over a grilled chicken breast rather than a sauteed chicken breast. Why is that important? Well, the sauteed chicken breast absorbs a lot more of the fats from the oil than a grilled chicken breast. Grilled chicken breast, obviously, there's no oil added to it. Now, once you've added the stock, you can raise the temperature because the olive oil is already in there. And again, it was such a small quantity that you're not worried about burning that oil. It's already part of a sauce now, so you can increase the temperature to quicken the cooking process. As you can see, our chicken breast is ready to be cooked. Again, because it's so dry, it doesn't hurt to respray your grill. Make sure that your breast doesn't stick to it. You see that nice golden brown color on one side. And I'm going to hit it with a dash of Marsala wine. The same Marsala wine we used in the previous recipe. You see, we're not adding any butter or flour to this. So immediately what your lead will recognize is that by using significantly less oil, not allowing the oil that we did use to burn, and not adding butter and flour, there's a drastic reduction in calories, which is what we are looking for. You can tell the difference in the dish, just in the sauce, and how much less oily it is. Okay, who wants to be first?
It smells good.
Wow. Wow. That is awesome. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, more tasty. Love that. It's greasy.
That is the best I've ever had.
So what are some of your thoughts, folks? You've all tried two different versions now. One obviously was on the fatty end, the other one was on the extreme healthy end. What are some of your thoughts?
You taste the flavor more from the healthy one. The grease doesn't overpower the rest of the,
It looks more appealing. The other one is floating in grease. It doesn't. It's just overall better. Good flavor, and the other one was just too. As good as it was just more overpowering on the fat end.
I was convinced that there was some sort of secret component because that is absolutely the best Marsala.
Delicious and nutritious.
I think that you can taste almost the individual components, whereas, in the other version, you're tasting almost like a rich, it's buttery,
I agree with everyone else, just the flavor is so much better in this one.
Okay, well, there really, as you notice firsthand, there's no secrets. It's keeping everything clean and allowing the natural taste of the food to take over, allowing the herbs to take over. That's just fresh basil. You notice in there, there's sea salt, there's black pepper. There's really nothing foreign in there. Just a little beef stock, or beef broth, if you will. It's over just about everything. And if you keep it clean, keep it simple, not only will you reap rewards, you feel better about yourself, and you'll be able to get the body that you want and feel the way you'd like to feel every day. So as you guys move forward with this challenge, keep in mind what you've learned and add that to what you do every day, and you'll make some real big changes. I hope you guys have taken a good look at what I've done here today. We have a whole bunch of vegetables and ingredients behind us. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Thanks for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you.